Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Running for Recovery. I am definitely running for my recovery today. It's about all that I have left to create the life that I want to live. And that's something that I was thinking about as I was running. See, because when you run, there's some sense of meditation that you experience, and I encourage anybody to get out there and start running, even if it's around the block or to the liquor store, hold the liquor, or to the grocery store or what have you, walking the dog, just run. But like I was saying, I was meditating in this run, and you realize, or I realized thinking about I don't like that one. Who I am in other people's lives. That's what I was thinking. Who is Demian in the lives of other people? Well, in my addiction, Demian has been the monster. Demian has been wreaker of havoc, causer of drama, heart breaker, liar, manipulator. I have been those things. And I was running, and I don't know if anyone out there can relate to me. If you can, this message is really for you, because I want you to know that it doesn't always have to be like that. You don't always have to be that guy or that girl that impacts people in that way. You have the ability to change. You got it. It's in you. It's in me. But it has to be done on a daily basis. You have to wake up in the morning and start anew and do the things that put distance in between that guy or that girl and who you are today. Who I am today and what I've done today is I ran and I was there for other people. I got a long way to go, and I got a lot of people to help before my slate is anywhere remotely clean. But as I was running, I was thinking about who I am to other people, not just then in my addiction, but who I am now. Because mind you, I'm not the only sick person in the world. And you're not the only sick person in the world. One would argue that the people that are closest to you, or the ones that allowed you to hurt them, have a little bit of sickness in them too, whether it be codependency, enabling you. You know, there's different dynamics in a family circle. You know, I'm sure you guys heard of the black sheep and the hero. You know, the brother that always can never do anything wrong, and then the brother that always seems to mess everything up. There's a dynamic to that, because let's say the brother that's always there when you need him, and he's always there to patch everything up, and then you got the brother that's always messing up, always dropping the ball. Well, let's say this little brother, or it doesn't even have to be the little brother, it could just be the brother. Let's say he gets his act together and he's not dropping the ball anymore. Well, that's gonna cramp the style of the hero, because who does he have to save again? What needs to be fixed? Once something is fixed, then nothing needs to get fixed, and then the hero kind of loses his job. And it's almost subconsciously, it has to be subconsciously, I don't think it's consciously, but subconsciously there's a relapse in the family. And it doesn't have to be drugs, it can be attitude. It can be behavior. It can be trigger pulling, like an addict, right? An addict has triggers. But the enabler, the codependent, the participant in the relationship, guess what? They have trigger pullers. They pull triggers. And I don't mean no harm to anybody out there looking at this right now, but I'm telling you, this is the stuff that goes on in my head as I'm running. And I'm like, the relationship that I have with myself now, with eyes wide open, observing the relationship that I'm having with the people that I've hurt, I noticed that this is a healing process that is not just about me, but it's about everybody that I've impacted. Because I have a very close friend who's very scared to let me in. He wants to, but he's pissed off. And I think he fights with himself in the fact that being pissed off has almost become his identity in our relationship. Him being mad at me, him being able to, I don't know, point fingers or whatnot to make it okay for him to do certain things has become his identity. And he'll be mad as shit. I'm not going to say any names, but I think that because I'm aware of that, or my perception is aware of that, because perception is not necessarily what reality really is. But because I'm aware of my own perception about it, I need to talk to some people about this thought that I'm having. And see, that's where recovery kicks in. I might not be right. I might be completely wrong. And it would be impulsive, and it would be acting on an addictive point of view to assume that I'm right. So the positive thing, the smart thing to do will be to either talk to him about it, see what he thinks, talk to some other support about it, see what they think, and move on and let it go. It's when I let it fester and I catch an attitude, or I get an entitled feeling, or I feel like I'm being persecuted for something that I done in the past, and I have no I can't keep living in the past, and I want to get self-righteous. It's when I have those thoughts and that feeling that my behavior becomes erratic and dangerous, because it's a trigger that, if not dealt with properly, relapse is right around the corner. And to imagine that I got all this from running. I was able to process all of these thoughts through running. I ran Lake Merced today. Lake Merced is in San Francisco. It's about a 5-mile run. And I felt so good, you guys. I have to tell you, my legs kind of cramped up a little bit, but my lung capacity is out of this world right now. Like, I wasn't even breathing hard. And it felt good. And you know what? This friend that I was speaking of, he's the one that took me to run. And you know, it's a beautiful thing when you got support and you haven't completely burnt all your bridges. And I challenge every one of you, and I'm a challenger, so you're going to hear that word out of me a lot. I challenge every one of you out there to, if you think that the bridge is burnt from, whether it's a family member, whether or not it's a friend, you think that all is lost and there's no hope to rekindle the relationship, or I say forget all that. Start taking care of yourself right now, right? Get that self-respect in you, right? And then start talking to some support about what they think you could do, if anything, to build to bridge the gap between your relationship with that person. And then begin doing that. Because everybody loves a miracle. Everybody would hope that that person that they cared about in their life that didn't seem like they were going to make it did. Everybody is like deep down inside rooting for you. They are. They just are so hurt with the possibility that what they claim to be true really is true, that they avoid. Prove them wrong. And they'll be the happiest people you can ever eat. And the world will be a better place. If people started forgiving or doing forgivable acts, the world will be a better place. And it starts with you. It starts with me. That's what I've done today. And every day I'm going to continue to do this. So I'm going to sign off with that, and hope you enjoyed another episode of Running for Recovery. There will be more to be revealed, and I look forward to speaking with you. Hopefully you'll keep tuning in. All right, and share this with anybody. Always tag. I got the tag Running for Recovery. You can find me that way. Okay. All right, you guys.